Is the video started? Okay, hi everyone. So it's Helen and
Cynthia.
Cynthia. Sorry.
Nye.
Not Cynthia. Here. Okay. And lovely border collie. So different ways, I was just asked a question, different ways to massage a dog. So we're just gonna kind of review this one. So obviously an easy one is a massage table because you can adjust the height. Or a grooming table. A grooming table will require a soft surface like a pad on top to make it comfortable for the dog, but it'll give you the benefit of possibly having hydraulic. So you can lower the table, the dog gets on and you lift it. It's also more square shaped, which suits bigger dogs a lot easier because bigger dogs do not fit on this table properly with their legs sticking out and all that. Another way to massage a dog is just sitting with a chair. Now this is going to be too high for me, but just to give you an idea. Yeah, it's okay, it's very high. But let's say I had a smaller dog and I could massage it like this. But you would not want your shoulders to be raised because it's very uncomfortable. The table, to be ideal, would have to be low enough that you're literally sitting like this to massage the dog. Otherwise, it's not comfortable. Third way you can massage a dog would be sitting on a chair. So this turns out to be just a chair massage. How do I like to massage a dog on a chair? It's obviously for smaller dogs. Hi, sweetie. Smaller dogs tend to have little beds and a lot of them have those curled up edges. You just sit with your legs very firm. You put that little bed onto your lap, or maybe there's a hard surface underneath. You sit comfortably back, and then you can massage the dog on your lap within the bed as long as the surface is secure and they're not wobbling like this, okay? Another way I like to work with dogs is on the couch. So this is obviously at someone's house. And it's with dogs that are allowed to go onto the couch, obviously, it goes without saying. How do I do that? A few ways. I have a cushion, inexpensive cushion, IKEA, Walmart, wherever. If I'm kneeling in front of the couch, I put the pillow underneath and my knees are comfortable, so I'm okay. And you can almost do anything that you're doing with the dog kneeling in front of the couch. So it acts almost like a table. So I'm kneeling down and I'm literally doing this. Then I'll get up on the couch, just high table, but just to give you an idea, I'll get up like this and go right into the couch. I can't do it. And then the dog is literally right here. I'll do this part of the massage. I might be doing some in the middle. I might get up and go to the other side and do the rest of the massage. So if you have a dog that's longer, you can't do it all from one side. You will get up and go from this side of the couch to that side of the couch, possibly in the middle. But it turns out to be a very good massage. You want their spine to you, ideally. And when I do floor work, I basically, now the table's in the way, but I'm basically sitting down. This is comfortable for me, not maybe for everybody, but I have one leg in like this and one leg like that. So then I create like a V and the dog's spine is here, and I'll start and work through the dog. And I usually have to shift myself over a little bit or shift a little bit that way. If the dog is sitting on a tile or like a hardwood floor, they're not slippery, but they're easy and smooth, I'll be on my pillow. I can scoot myself over easily with my pillow from here into there. And the other thing I've learned is while the dog is on their bed, I can shift the whole bed around so that the dog is in the position that I want it. And I get very perplexed looks when the dog is suddenly being turned around and it's like, where am I going? Well, I'm just adjusting so I can better reach the dog. So there you go, massage without a table. And now we're just going to go through some of the techniques. So, okay, we're going to go here. Stay here, sweetie. Oh, yeah. So touch is just stationary. So if I'm just touching the dog, right now I'm actually touching the dog. Let's do this, or let's just do this so you can see the camera, I guess you should see it. This is just stationary touch. So I'm touching, I'm not hovering, I'm not moving, I'm just touching. The next one is laying of hands, is that more hovering technique. So it's a little more energy. So do you see the difference between I'm touching and now I'm just kind of hovering. Hi, sweetie. So my hand is hovering. There is some contact, but it's more with the fur, or it's very superficial, and that's the more laying of hands technique. And it could actually be right off, but it's literally like that much space, and there's energy. And then at that point, your hands should be contoured to the dog. So you shouldn't have a round surface and your hand is like this. And it shouldn't be doing this, because you're not gonna achieve anything doing this. It's a whole different feeling when you can feel the energy field when you're doing this or this. Okay, next one is stroking. So stroking, you open, according to Hortebay, and you open and close a massage with stroking. Come a little more this way. A little more into the picture. Yeah, come on. Oh, good, good, good. Lie down. Come lie down. So I'm just stroking right now. So my hand's a little more open. It's a little more casual. It's a little more casual. So do you see the fingers might be a little apart? So this is stroking. Good girl. Come, lie down. Good girl. Versus effleurage. So effleurage, closed hand technique. Good girl. So closed hand technique, and watch it follows the contours of the body. So stroking, effleurage. One hand follows, no, 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 no. Come and sit here. You stay here. So one hand follows the other, follows the other, follows the other. And we talked about doing effleurage in smaller, like in smaller areas. So look at a smaller effleurage on a body part, like right here, or like almost like a head effleurage on the arm. So this is still effleurage. And then remember we did like mini effleurages, so they're not neat, but these are just little effleurages here and there. Okay, now the next one is head shampoo. So that's obviously a made-up technique. Head shampoo. So just relaxing the dog, giving it some nice sort of mushy, feel good vibes to chill it. There you go. And did that work? Kind of, yeah, I think so. Yeah. So, okay, there's the head shampoo. The next one, so circles is, okay, good, thank you. Circles. So circles are just that. This is a superfluous circle. So it's very light. I'm not moving the flesh around, and this is a big superfluous circle. So I might use that as the warm-up. Here's a two-handed circle. Here's another two-handed circle. Same direction, two hands. Same direction, two hands. Okay, lie this way, good girl. Now we're gonna take that same circle, we're gonna put a little more weight, and maybe it's hard to see with the camera, but I'm moving some of the flesh around. And she's doing a nice big body stretch. So now the flesh is moving around versus just light. And now let's take a more focused circle. So let's go focus. So focus is exactly that. Let's say this area is all warmed up, and then you want to work more detailed. This is a circle that's focused in an area. So it could be a thumb, it could be your entire hand, it could be parts of your hand. Remember, we talked about ways to use your hand: heel, thumb, fingers, palm, and the entire hand. So when you look at these techniques, think that, okay, she just did a circle with her entire hand. Now she's going to do it just more with the fingers. But look, here's a circle, circle, circle. And she's thinking, what's going on? Because you're smarty pants, I know. And here are some more focused circles up the spine. Let's just get you nice and warmed up. Oh, you're so silky and beautiful. There we go. Focus circles. Okay. And why don't we do sun and moon technique while we're at it, because it's not here. So sun it's under circle. So if one hand goes this way, one hand goes the other way. So one hand does sun, one hand does moon. And maybe it's in the opposite direction, like coming up. So sun, moon, moon, sun, moon, sun, moon. Okay. Now, let's cover off raking. Come, sweetie. Lie down, lie down, lie down, right? Lie down, lie. Oh, yeah. Okay, raking. So you're gonna rake. One area to do it is from the spine, just obviously beside the spine. So make nice big rakes. Change up the direction, spread up the fingers. Interchanging works nice with circles or some stroking or effleurage, etc. But here's again rake. Here's a reverse rake, because now it's hard to do this. You can do it. There you go. And rake, 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 rake. The next one is tapping. Come here. No, 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 no. Come here. Oh, good girl. So let's just go back and do some head effleurage, head shampoo. And now we're just gonna break our hand into a rhythm. Smooth it out a bit. And then tap. So you're just going into a nice little rhythm. You might use the other hand as that placeholder to add comfort, and then smooth it out with maybe some palm compression or some head shampoo or maybe some ear kind of massages. You don't want 20, 30 taps at once. Break it up into a series of a few taps. Stripping. So we're going to be in the same area. Stripping, let's say we take our index finger. So one example is here. At the stop, don't go in front of the stop. You might cradle the face. Hi, sweetie. Strip up, over the crown, back to the occiput, and maybe give them something nice like a little circle. So it's very slow and methodical. So this is not stripping. I mean, it's a fast one, but to achieve what you want here, it's going to be slower. There you go, sweetie. Good girl. Now, other areas, you can strip in so many areas, but the spine is one. So here is the spine, thumb and forefinger, leave a little space on either side of the spine. And it's shifting now because she's moving. There we go. That's stripping there. You can strip throughout muscles. Like remember we were working in the glutes. You can strip here, the arms and legs. So right here, stripping. Radius and ulna. Ease up over the wrist, the carpus. There you go. That's another area to strip. So again, it's endless. Kneading. So this is a technique in the petrissage class. Sorry, my voice. It's like milking the muscle. So after the dog is warmed up, you would work with kneading. You wouldn't do it as your first technique as you open it up probably. So kneading is just that. It's like you have a bowl and it has flour and sugar and what is it, butter and eggs or something, and you're trying to form the dough to make cookies. So how would you do that, or bread? You would do this. So picture, I don't know if the camera can see it, but kneading, see how my hand, it's not effleurage, it's just like this. Circles are like that. Kneading actually works the muscles. So you can do it in a bigger portion. You can do it also very minutely. So this is minutely. Very, very small little kneads. There you go. Small knead in the neck versus, let's say, a bigger knead in the neck. Okay? Next one is scooping. So scooping, no. Stay. So yeah, see, massaging a dog was just a bunch of random techniques. It doesn't. Come. Yeah, good girl. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So scooping, a perfect position. So here we are under the underarm. So I'm gonna put my hand in and twist the wrist a little. Kind of, it's based on the position. So I'm actually just going in and twisting a little. And that's scooping. Could be done here in the thigh area as well. There you go. Scooping. Compression. So let's talk about different types of compression. So compression is exactly that. This is just palm compression. So because she's standing now, we're just going to do this. Compression, 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 So you'll use it to warm, cool up an area. You'll use it as an in-between to give an area rest. So let's say you've done how many head taps and you need something in between before you start tapping again. Palm compression could be one, okay? It could also just be in between, and I mean any other technique on the body. You want to just kind of give it a break, and then you're going to go to do another technique, because it doesn't also make sense to the dog. You're suddenly doing raking, then you suddenly go circles. Like sometimes it's nice to put something in between a little bit, and you know, it kind of heads off nicely. So that's regular compression, palm compression, like that, like it's with the palm. So let me just show it over here. Palm compression, compression. And now curved palm compression is you're starting to curve, and here would be curved palm compression. So let's say I've stripped down the back thigh, and then I'm coming back up again. Curved palm compression to the contours of the body. Okay, great. Direct pressure could be, there you go, with the, let's say in a few ways, let's say with the thumb and the forefinger. Sit down, girl. Yeah, sit down, yeah. So take a thumb and a forefinger, and you go into the body a little. You release and lift and drag into the body a little. Lift, release, drag into the body a little. Lift, release, drag. So it looks like this. And you're not squeezing together. That's completely different. But this is just in. You could do it to strip. Like let's say you want to strip around the scapula. So you know how we stripped around the scapula? Then I had you do little mini circles around the scapula, or let's say the hip. Another one I asked you to do is to practice a little direct pressure, tracing the scapula. So you can use it in different ways again, but it tends to be methodical. So with this technique here on the spine, remember, just don't leave a lot of space. Like don't leave these big 2-3 inch increments here. You're going to want to do a little, a little, a little, a little, a little. Okay, thank you. And then we have like squeezing would be a technique. This is just like a gentle squeeze. We did some in the tail where we did tail effleurages. And then remember I said gentle squeeze, 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 squeeze. Again, keep the tail in the direction like a normal sort of range of motion. Ideally, kind of straight ahead is perfect. Gentle squeeze, 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 squeeze. You might just gently squeeze a little like that, or squeeze a little like that. So let's say there was an area and maybe it had the fascia felt tight, let's say, and you kind of worked it a number of ways, and then you want to maybe, it's kind of like squeezing and rolling. It's almost like a skin roll, but squeezing to kind of break things up, or maybe there's some scar tissue you're feeling, or there we go. And that's like a gentle squeeze with a bit of roll. The next one, jostle, lift and shake. So it's let's say take the scruff of the neck, lift it and shake. So lift and shake, lift and shake. And then you can do it at the sides of the neck. You can do it with both hands. You can do it with one hand. So you can lift and shake. She's doing the opposite direction. You can also do it maybe at the back of the thigh. She's sitting there, but lift the back and just kind of shake it out. Scrunching is a made-up technique, but valid. So this is scrunching. I would normally do it from caudal to cranial, but I could do it that way. But let's just say you've done stripping all the way down and you want to come back up. So scrunching is just manipulating the flesh. So it's more than circles. This is focused circles. Here's your scrunching. Good girl. You're a rock star. There you go. That's scrunching. And let's kind of like chill it out. Let's just shake it now. We're just shaking. So this is just shaking. Sometimes I remember when we've worked an area quite a bit and you want to kind of calm it down a bit, give it a break. You might just do some effleurage, palm compression, throw in some shakes like that, and it just feels good to the dog, pulls it down. Shaking, skin rolling. So skin rolling and ringing up. You stay right there. Okay, so skin rolling. Okay, so it's drag your thumb and walk with your fingers. So drag the thumb, walk with the fingers, and try to get a roll of fur or flesh. So, yeah. There we go. There it is. Starting to get a bit of a roll. Nicely muscled. There we go. Okay, and now I'm going to lift and shake up here. Come back again, and I'll just to show you the side of the body. So this is another skin rolling technique. So instead of continuous, where you're dragging your thumb and walking with the fingers, drag your thumb, walk with the fingers, but now they're just grabbing it at once. You see how they're moving together, the fingers now? The thumb is dragging, the fingers are just rolling it at once. So it's another similar technique. There you go. And this is drag the thumb.
Sorry, what's that called again?
Skin roll. Yeah, skin rolling. The other one is like a skin roll too, but you're just kind of dragging the thumb and grabbing it instead, like this, to form the roll instead of like that. And then we talked about zigzag isn't like one of my made-up techniques, but it's another technique you can use when the back seems tight, the fascia might be tight, and something else to add into the repertoire that just works easier. So zigzag is just this, zigzag. So I'm moving the flesh underneath as I zigzag my way up. And it works really nice when the back is all restricted, and then you just want to smooth it out, and then you can go again, zigzag. Now at the same time, we'll do the ringing up. See right there.
Where are you showing?
Oh, sit right there. Perfect, right there. Wait, can you wait for me? Good girl. Okay, good girl, thank you. Okay, now this is ringing up. So this is the easy ringing up. It's like cheating. See? Whoop. We're moving the flesh together, up. So that's like a pseudo ringing up. Easy. And when you want to do the real ringing up, it helps you practice too. Actually has long hair. It's in my mouth. Okay, so it's like one hand this way, one hand the other, and they meet. You see how they're coming up over the spine a little? You're not pressing on the spine though. So it kind of looks like this. And depending on the position of the dog, it could be very awkward to do, which is why this technique is also really good, right? The zigzag and the this. So just in doubt, just do this. And then if you've got a dog in a good position and you can really practice the ringing up, like right now it's easier to do it. There you go. Kind of like washing machine. That's why it's like wringing the clothes. Okay? Now, heel, palm, fingers, thumb, cupping. So we're not really going into these techniques in the course, but that's cupping, clapping. Beating and hacking tend to be just more like this. Like this could be like a beating, hacking like this. Yeah. Did I miss anything? I feel like there's one that I missed, but maybe not. Anything come to mind?
Cupping?
Yeah, cupping is kind of like this. But any of the ones that we did in the body of the course? Anything that you think of? No. Okay. Any technique you want to see again? No? Feels good? Okay. Okay, great. So we'll end the video with that. And thank you. Thank you. You are a good girl.